Hey everyone! I'm sure you have all heard before when asking high elo players on how to get better to just watch your own replays, and when you go to do that, you can't figure out what you're doing wrong. Most of the time, it all comes down to game knowledge and fundamentals. To show you an example, we're going to be breaking down one of my own high elo games in Grandmasters where I'm playing TF versus Leblanc, who plays the early laning really poorly. The goal is going to be to teach you the proper way to analyze your own games while testing your knowledge along the way. Before you even start looking at the gameplay though, you need to break down the matchup. TF is an AP Control Mage versus Leblanc, an AP Assassin. TF has more wave clear and lower cooldowns, but Leblanc does more damage with a full combo. Knowing this, let's look at both game plans. TF's missions will be: Mission 1, push the wave. Since we have a wave clear advantage, we want to use it to get a minion lead. Mission 2, play around cooldowns. Since we have shorter cooldowns than Leblanc, we want to be pressuring and looking for trades when her abilities are on cooldown. And Mission 3, play around minions. With a minion advantage, Leblanc can't use auto attacks when trading. If she does, she'll take a lot of damage from minions, basically out trading herself. And then Leblanc's missions. Mission 1, let the wave push. TF has more wave clear, so if Leblanc used her W to try and push, she would have no way of trading. Mission 2, take burst trades using mobility to get a health advantage. Since Leblanc has a gap closer, and TF doesn't, Leblanc is the one who chooses when they will trade. She should never let TF just walk up to her and harass. In Mission 3, freeze after getting a health advantage. If Leblanc chunks TF hard enough, it's too dangerous for him to keep pushing, meaning she can freeze. Alright, let's get into the gameplay. As the lane starts, I immediately use pick a card since having full mana is a waste when taking into consideration mana regen, and throw it at Leblanc, getting some free damage. I catch her off guard by throwing it at her and not at the minions. It makes her walk away from them since a common trade with TF is to hit the backline and the champion with the red card. But let's say you're Leblanc and trying to figure out what you should have done here. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, just walk away, obviously. The truth is though, I should have lost this trade as TF. The whole concept of trading basically means not taking any free damage, and is a core fundamental of League. Trading your health for their health. If we think back to the matchup breakdown, remember Leblanc wins burst trades, so all she had to do was simply trade. When I go to throw the red card, she can use her auto W auto combo to proc electrocute, which would definitely do more damage than my little red card. And at the same time, it would damage my minions, resulting in the wave being thinned, which hurts my minion advantage that I want. And if you're wondering why just walking away wasn't the right answer, look how I'm going to play while my W is down. I back up and start pushing for Mission 1 while staying out of range of her W until my W is back up again. She can't come into my minion wave and do the auto W auto combo without taking too much damage from them. After that, I use my pick a card again, but let it cycle for a while before throwing it at the wave. This is a concept I learned from watching Dopa. Let's say I use pick a card and just pick gold or red right away. I can't grab CS with normal auto attacks without throwing the card, and after I throw it, I have to back off like I did before, which could result in a CS loss. So by letting it cycle, it extends that window of pressure a lot longer, while letting me use normal auto attacks to grab CS. If Leblanc tried to trade here, I can just lock any card and throw it. Right after that, I start backing up since my W is down and Leblanc is looking for a trade, but then turn around to grab the CS. Before we see what happens, let's test your fundamental knowledge here. My W is down, but I really want the CS. Should I get punished for this? I'm sure most of you answered that I should definitely be punished for this, since Leblanc has an actual ability up and I don't. Let's see what happens. Alright, I won that trade really hard. Let's rewind and break it down. First of all, I turned around to grab the CS because after they die, she doesn't have a wave anymore, and I have 4 minions, plus another wave coming. Taking into account how much damage minions do early on is a very fundamental concept as well, and is why pushing with my wave clear advantage is so important. And if we slow it down, look at how I move when she uses her W. I walk directly at her W mark, so she knows if she goes back to it, I'm still going to hit her with this card that's coming off cooldown. This tricks her into walking the other way, but by putting myself in between both of them, it's impossible for her to salvage this really bad decision. So if you were her and you were trying to figure out what you did wrong, like I said before, always look at the fundamental concepts first. TF had a bigger wave than me here, I shouldn't have went for this trade. It's actually that simple. Anyways, after that, I collect my CS and finish crashing this wave on the tower. After Leblanc clears it, it resets back to the middle and we see the enemy jungler near Raptors. Then she crosses over through mid to topside jungle. This is a very crucial part in the lane and is easily messed up by most players, so let's test your knowledge again. If you were me, would you let the wave push back now or continue pushing and pressuring? If you answered continue pushing and pressuring, then you were right. There are a few reasons for this, and it's understandable if you thought letting it push back was the right play, since LeBlanc sets up ganks really well, and this is the wave that you would normally let push back since level 3 is when junglers are looking for ganks. So the first reason is that up until this point, I've won every trade, so I have a health advantage and lane pressure. If I was losing trades and LeBlanc had the health advantage, it would be too dangerous for me to try and keep pushing. The second reason, and the most important one, is that Gragas is heading to topside now. But skill capped, you didn't show us that, so how do we know? You should know this just by looking at the minimap. Gragas started blue and did wolves. Naturally, he's going to move to his topside camps now, so by pushing, I get mid priority in case he needs me when contesting the scuttle, and if I get ganked before that, he's right here next to me for a counter gank. If you don't know what mid priority is, it simply means I can move from mid before LeBlanc can because I have pressure in the lane. So, I start pushing. Let's say he wasn't here though, and started red or went to gank bot level 2 instead. Basically, if he wasn't near me, I would let the wave push back to keep me safe from ganks. We all know how hard LeBlanc and Eve snowball if given early kills. After getting the wave pushing again, and getting the minion advantage, the same exact scenario from before is happening. There are 2 low health minions that are about to die, so I know LeBlanc can't trade with me. I do the same thing as before, walking up not afraid with my level advantage and minion advantage, while LeBlanc makes the same exact mistake and tries to trade, giving me first blood. We don't even need to break this one down since LeBlanc made the same mistake as last time. We could do this for hours for every single mistake, but that wouldn't help. The most important thing to take away from this is how important the fundamental core concepts of League are, like trading and minions. Notice we didn't talk about mechanics except for that one little TF trick if that counts. It's all about decision making. And our ultimate goal here at SkillCapped is to make you a better decision maker, as that is the key to climbing the ranks. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Let us know how you did with the test your knowledge questions, along with any feedback on if you liked the questions in the video or not. Also, be sure to check out another one of our guides on screen right now to keep farming that League IQ.